Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mama Mott, and let's hop into today's video. Happy New Year! It's 2023. I'm so excited for a new year. I love just new calendar years, new starts, new beginnings, new everything. But I hope you had a really good holiday season. And a lot of times during the holidays, there's a lot of birth announcements and all those kind of things. It's so, so sweet. I love it. But now it's time to get to your baby registry. So today's video, as you can see by the title, we will talk about my personal unpopular opinions baby registry edition. So let's hop right into it. Please just remember, this is just my personal opinion. A lot of people will not agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. But these are just things that have worked for me and my household and can be completely opposite of for you and your family. So first thing that I would put on my baby registry that I still use to this day, and my kids are 1 and almost 3, is a baby wipes warmer. I know so many people hate wipes warmers, and I do not know why. I love it. I love them. My kids do not hate cold wipes, but I will say I think a wipes warmer makes wiping them on the table, like diaper changes, a little bit more comfortable. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And like some people say, oh, I don't want my baby to get used to warm wipes versus cold wipes. And I'm like, well, for me in my house, we're home majority of the time. So most of the time have warm wipes. But when we're out and I wipe them with a cold wipe, there's no difference. But the reason I think that it does help is because it gives them a positive experience from the beginning of diaper changes instead of at the beginning getting this cold wipe and then they hate it from the beginning because it's cold. And I mean, honestly, would you want a cold wipe on you? Or maybe it's just me, but I love my wipe warmer. We got it from Amazon during Delaney's pregnancy and still use it. It doesn't dry out my wipes. The only time wipes dry out is if you leave the top open, which my husband does all the time, but it usually only dries out that top wipe. So, highly recommend. Number 2, a diaper pail. I also don't understand why people don't like diaper pails. Like, diapers stink. Do you want that in your house? I love our diaper pail. We have the Ubi, I think is how you pronounce it, UBBI. It's also on Amazon. I think it's sold at Target too. And what is it? Baby, Bye Bye Baby. Yeah. But I love it. It keeps the stench in. You also can use regular trash bags, which I really like. But yeah, love our diaper pail. Again, we still use it going on 3 years later. And this one, the next one, is something that I discovered on my own. And it's kind of old school. It is an audio monitor. Back in the day, moms would carry one little baby monitor around. There's a baby monitor in the baby's room. I have one of those. And I do have a camera in their room too. It's actually a Blink camera. It's not actually marketed baby video monitor because I use my audio monitor. And the reason that I did this was because we had a monitor on Delaney's bed, like camera, and it gave me so much anxiety if I couldn't see her all the way or if I couldn't see her breathing through the camera. I would run in her room. And then I just had to like calm myself down about it all and remember, like, back in the day, some parents didn't even have monitors at all. And they used to just put us in a room and we survived. Like, what do you think people did ages and ages ago? And so people say, oh, they died, but not all the time. We all survived. But old school audio monitor, clutch. I still use it to this day. And then if I hear someone, like Delaney and Fritz, they share a room. So if I hear one of them stirring through the night or whatever, then I'll check the video monitor to see if someone is awake or if someone's out of the bed or whatever. But yeah, love the audio monitor. Recommend. I have I think it's a VTech one, and we haven't had any issues. One of my big things I would say to put on your registry, it's kind of twofold. Don't put too many clothes because people love to buy clothes for babies. So you really don't have to register for clothes because people are going to buy clothes no matter what. But if you do add clothes on your baby registry, I highly, highly recommend footed onesies, like the footed full zip onesies. My kids lived in those for like the first year. Granted, I did have two babies during the pandemic, so we were home majority of the time, but those things are so clutch. If you get a zip one, even better, and the zip from the bottom. Love those. Easy diaper changes. But like they have the grips on the bottom for when they start walking. Before then, like you need to keep your baby wrapped up, whether your baby is born in the summer, the spring, fall, winter, whatever. Your baby needs to be in a full zip onesie, and it's just a whole outfit. And gender neutral because you never know what may happen after you have your first baby. And they don't wear them that long. They outgrow them so fast. So instead of having multiple pieces to keep up with tops and bottoms and all of that kind of stuff, just full zip onesies. They make them so cute. Some of my favorites are Burt's Bees onesies. The like anything Cat and Jack at Target. And like they have like the little squishy ones on Amazon, like they're like the Amazon basics. Love them. Next one is sterilizer bags versus a sterilizing machine. Those sterilizing machines, like the Baby Brezza one, it's expensive. And you only use it for a short amount of time. My kids were breastfed, but they also, well, Delaney took bottles. Fritz, that's another story for another day. But when I would sterilize my bottles and pacifiers or what else did I sanitize? Pumping parts, all of that kind of stuff. I just use the Medela sterilizer bags. You can use one bag, I think like maybe 10 times. And really you could just put like one pack on your registry and it's like maybe $10. I don't quote me on the exact price, but it's not expensive at all. All you do is put a little bit of water in the bag, put whatever things you want to sterilize, pop it in the microwave, and they're sterilized. And it doesn't take up counter space, and it's not some $100 device. To me, very simple. My kids are fine. They really have never been that sick other than like daycare colds. So knock on wood, I think it works. Next, the cheap bassinet. My kids may be different, but they hated the bassinet. Hated it. I don't know many babies that do like their bassinet. So there's like this snoo, which I think is like over $500 or something. Babies outgrow bassinets so quick. I think they're hard and uncomfortable to me if you just put your hands in there. Like I'm like, I wouldn't like that either. But my kids hated the bassinet. So I would just say get a cheap one because they're not going to be in there long. I think ours may have been $40 on Amazon, maybe. I'll have to look it up and see. But like we've passed our bassinet to my sister-in-law, came back to us, and then now one of our family friends has it. Like that's not something that I feel like you need to put on your registry and invest a lot of money in because your baby one isn't in there for that long for them to be so expensive. Like use that money to put to something like bigger, major purchase. Speaking of major purchase, I highly, highly recommend you invest in a great stroller. I know some people are like, I am just not paying that much for a Nuna or a Vista. We originally got a Britax, which was a very nice stroller. It was still very expensive. The stroller and car seat package, I think, was like maybe $800. The one that we got with Delaney. And we didn't realize we would get pregnant so fast. With Delaney, I wanted the Upper Baby Vista, but at the time I was like, this feels way heavier than I think I need or would want. And so for some reason, I didn't get the Upper Baby Vista. And then shortly after Fritz was born, we bit the bullet and got the Upper Baby Vista. Have 2 seats on there. Highly, highly recommend. Very durable. Was great at Disney World. Like, highly recommend a durable stroller. Invest in your stroller. People who don't invest in their strollers are the people that are like, oh, you won't need your stroller. Like, you're not going to want to pull it in and out, in and out. But if you invest in a really good stroller, one, you're going to make sure you use it. And then two, like when you start pushing that in like tough places like parks or theme parks, like we went to Disney World, both babies were able to nap smoothly because they were able to lay down like the way that we were able to configure it. Highly, highly recommend. Whatever brand you want, I would definitely say test out multiples. Go to Bye Bye Baby or go to I think like Nordstrom or Bloomingdale's that have like all the brands, and just fill them out before you just automatically make a decision. I have friends that have the Duna that loved it. I think the Duna lasted for one of my friends for almost a year. I mean, you can't beat that convenience. It's like $500, but it's a car seat and a stroller at the same time for a year. So you can't beat that. But would highly, highly recommend you to invest in your stroller. And my last thing, which can be very controversial to a lot of people, including some of my family members, but save the toys for later. I don't think that your registry is meant for toys. Your kids are going to get toys for their birthdays and for random things that you will see throughout the year. But remember, your baby is tiny when they come out. They don't need toys. Really, for me, I personally don't think babies really need toys until after they're a year old or so, which can be controversial. I know. We are a Montessori inspired home, so a lot of our toys are like natural elements, like wooden toys and things like that. But like we really didn't start using a lot of toys for quite some time. And so I definitely would say save that for your baby registry, and put things like your stroller on there where multiple people can invest in your stroller so you don't have to pay for that. Like our stroller was over $1,000, but hey guys, sorry, I was editing and realized that my video cut off and I didn't even realize it. But essentially all I was saying was save the small items that you personally could buy on your own and put those major items on your baby registry. And I hope this video was helpful. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you think these things were something you will add on your registry or you won't. And let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.